Hey guys, so I'm going to do a really quick video here. This is one of the really early entries to my Vader University series where I talk about all sorts of stuff, from very basic stuff to more complex stuff. You can see my office is an absolute mess. I'm just me. I do my group on my own and all the stuff on my own, so I don't have anybody to help making professional produced videos or anything like that. So it's just me on camera sometimes, sometimes not, sharing my screen, explaining some of the basics and eventually some really advanced stuff even. But so yeah, that's what I do. I have a group where I teach people how to trade my strategies and models. I don't give financial advice, obviously. People in my position, we're not allowed to do that. We're not qualified to do that. So the best I can do is share the stuff that I've learned and how I've learned what I've learned and how I've become a successful trader. And I can share the trades that I get into. But I'm never going to tell you what to do with your money, so don't even bother asking. Now, that being said, you might hear baby screaming in the background. I have two twins that are 6 months old. My wife's got them right now, but they do not respect my live streaming and video making needs. So you might hear them screaming. I'm going to do a really quick video now. This is the most basic of basic videos. There really isn't a lot of content out there that explains what the most basic steps are to get involved in trading crypto, and I want to kind of limit it to just that. I don't want to go into explaining how Block Explorer works and exactly how Bitcoin works and how cryptocurrencies work and what ICOs are, what IEOs are. It's not really relevant. What I'm more interested in doing is helping people who want to get into the market and learn how to trade in Bitcoin and altcoins. So let's do that very quickly. There's really not very much you need to know. We can skip a lot of that stuff. If you go to like here's CoinDesk, for instance, has an article. What is Bitcoin? You can read articles on this stuff and get a pretty easy to understand explanation. There's a ton of quick articles that explain really basic terminology in the cryptocurrency space. Things that you hear, those buzzwords you'll hear on crypto Twitter, for instance. But it's not hard to get simple explanations and brief articles that explain those things. So I don't want to go into that sort of stuff. Block Explorer, you could see the actual blockchain and learn more about that. But again, not something I want to touch on. Really, all I want to touch on is how you can get into the market and trade. So I have, let's show you TradingView as well. So I have, you need to have very basic accounts to just get in and do the basics. Certain things you need to be aware of. Binance is an exchange where you could trade a lot of different altcoins, a ton of different altcoins. I'll do another video on how markets work and everything, but essentially BNB Pax is you're buying BNB coin using Pax coin. So if you have 100 Pax coins, you could say buy 12 BNB coins with it. That's where you would go and you would say, I want to buy 12 BNB coins with my 100 Pax coins. And you could buy any of these different cryptocurrencies using Binance. It's a very popular exchange. It has more pairings and listings than pretty much any other, except for some of the more shady ones and the decentralized exchanges. But it's a great place to get into some of these lesser known, smaller market cap coins that could be very lucrative as short-term or even long-term investments. Then Coinbase, for the most basic introductory traders, is really all you need to do to get into the very basic market coins, right? So with Coinbase, you can set up an account. You could use your credit card or your debit card or your checking account to buy, and PayPal, to buy Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, Litecoin, and they've since added some other coins. So now they have like BAT, which is Basic Attention Token, and 0x, and a few of these other altcoins are now available in Coinbase too. So from a very basic level, you could use USD, or if you're in another country, your local currency, to buy these basic either major cryptos, which are the top four: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin, or a few of these altcoins. If you want to get into the more obscure ones and some of the smaller ones, that's when you want to go and trade on Binance, which is slightly more complicated. It's not as user-friendly as Coinbase, but in a later video, I could even help you go through the process of signing up for these, because I really want to help people who have no exposure to this stuff. People who are going on YouTube and searching, what is Bitcoin and how do I buy it? Those are the people I want to reach out to, because there doesn't seem to be a lot of content that helps you guys. Anyway, so those are really the only two sites you'd want to have an account for: Coinbase and Binance. That allows you to buy cryptocurrencies on Coinbase get your USD, your dollars, into the market to buy these things. And then on Binance, it allows you to exchange all sorts of different cryptocurrencies for other ones. And that's where you can get into some of these coins that went up like 10,000% last time the market exploded. And you could have a lot of opportunities there. It's also risky. So you really want to learn how to trade, and you want to learn how to understand these various concepts before you dive in and throw your money at it. And that's something I'm hoping I can help you learn some of those, key tools and topics you need to be familiar with to really succeed in this. So that's that. Then, as far as informational websites, you should check out CoinMarketCap. This is something that all of us traders use. It has 2,212 cryptocurrencies, and every one of them is listed on this website. It shows the total market cap. In the case of Bitcoin, we have $150 billion is the overall market cap. That's all of the Bitcoin in circulation times the current price. So if you wanted to buy every single Bitcoin, this is what it would cost you to do so. This is a very important number. If you're looking at a project that has a really cool idea and it's a cryptocurrency that could have a really big future, and the market cap is only $6 million. That's tiny. It's going to be like number 500 on the list on CoinMarketCap. That means there's a lot of room to grow, because it essentially could always run all the way up to number 1. A lot of these coins that are now 15, 16, 18 started out as number 500. Those are the ones, if you get into them early, can be extraordinarily lucrative. This shows what the change has been, the circulating supply. That's how many coins are currently available on the market. For instance, Bitcoin only has 17 million coins available. That's why it's worth $8,000 a coin. Then you have XRP, which has 42 billion coins available, which is an extraordinary amount. Then you have TRX. Where's TRX? Then you have Tron, TRX, which has 66 billion. And then there's actually some coins that have trillions of total circulation. So you can get pretty extreme in these cases. When you have these really, really high circulating supply, the price is really low. So like I said, 17 million Bitcoin, the price is 8,000. Over here, XRP, 42 billion XRPs are available, and that's why they're only 43 cents a piece. If there were only 17 million of these available, it would be worth $2,000 or $3,000 a coin probably. So this is a really good informational website that you should familiarize yourself with. There are some other websites I'll get into at a later date. CoinMarketCal for calendar shows important announcements and important releases and software updates for a lot of these projects, and that's a good way to learn about more of the fundamentals. If you want to trade because you know there's a really big announcement and this new project is going to launch their big software release, you might want to buy in anticipation of that big piece of news coming out, because when that happens, that might cause the price to go up, since a lot of people are naturally going to want to buy in to benefit from that big news. So there are other websites that you're going to want to be exposed to, but for now, just to get the basics and learn about this stuff, I'd start with looking up things like what is Bitcoin on CoinDesk and similar websites that are informational. Blockchain 101, they explain a lot here. They go over how to buy Bitcoin and a lot of the basics. But again, all you really do is sign up for Coinbase, and you could buy these major cryptos and some of the altcoins. And that'll give you an opportunity to get into the broader market where you can send those cryptocurrencies over to the Binance exchange. Then you could really get into some of these more obscure coins. Anyway, that's it. That's really the most basic of the basics. As you start to get more experience as a trader and as you learn more of this stuff, you're going to want to develop various skills. I use a model called FATAPAMP. FATAPAMP. That stands for fundamental analysis, technical analysis, market psychology, and people. Those are 4 different data sets that I use. I use fundamental analysis, where you're going to look at one of these projects might have really famous guys in the industry on their team, the best of the best, the smartest of the smart. And if those guys have a really strong core team together, that coin might have a very promising future. So that's an example of how fundamentals of the company itself can drive positive price action in the future, where you could actually see it as a strong investment without worrying about the technical details. Then the TA refers to charts. This TradingView website is where you can get into all these charts that you've seen various Forex and stockbrokers do. Well, in crypto, we do this a lot. And technical analysis is an extremely useful tool that can actually help you model future price action. A lot of the time, I could tell people on Twitter and in the group, hey guys, I just got into this trade right here. It's sitting on a really strong support. There's a high probability that it can make a really big move up in the very near future. And a lot of the time, those charts play out just like that. And we've made a lot of money together on trades kind of like that. So TA is very helpful. And then market psychology goes to, the overall market sentiment. everybody is saying Bitcoin's going to go to 100,000. Yeah, let's get in. Once you start hearing those sorts of exclamations from people on Twitter, that's when you know this might be a good time to get in. So you want to look at the overall psychology of the market and the people trading within it, and that'll give you an idea of what we can see in the future. Because this is all about forecasting the future. Just like weathermen forecast the weather in the future, we forecast what's going to happen with the prices of these coins. Except we happen to be much, much better at it than weathermen. What else? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, and then the people aspect. My 4 data sets, the last one is people, and that's interesting. A lot of people don't use that. I like to be open-minded. I like to consider every piece of data I can get my grubby little hands on because I want to be as informed as possible. So with people, sometimes I'll look at one specific person, Roger Ver or Craig Wright, somebody who's very famous within the industry, might say something, or they might have a little personality quirk that you pick up on, and you might say, because of this behavior and because of the way this guy behaves and the way the market behaves when he reacts, John McAfee, for instance, you could actually use something as simple as Roger Ver's narcissism to find that Bitcoin Cash is a suitable investment. So that's something I've done in the past as well, and it's actually been pretty fruitful. So in any case, that's that. The very, very basic of the basics. We're gonna get into more complicated stuff in the future, but you guys can DM me on Twitter. At ToolFreeCrypto is my handle. You can DM me anytime. You can post on my YouTube videos, whatever. Any questions you guys have, let me know what you'd like to learn about. And I really want to start getting into more of this introductory level stuff for people out there who haven't been exposed to the really simple concepts that allow them to enter into the space. Because the space is fun and it can be very lucrative long term as an investment strategy. It can be very lucrative short term if you wanted to trade for a living, but it takes a lot of dedication. You really have to learn how to do this stuff. So don't think it's going to be an easy way to make a quick buck. It took me months of hard training for 16-hour days sometimes. And it's going to take a lot of work, but if you do it right and you do it well, you'll be very happy with the results. So that's that. I will. There's my wife showing off Layla, my little squirrel, in the background. So that's that. I will. I'll follow up with some more videos soon. All right. Thanks, guys.